Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid. But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee, dee-dee, a fwit-dee-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go! Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Greetings, friends, and welcome back to another edition of Gothic Horror Gaming here on Nat 21 Adventures. I'm your host, the Gloom Master, and tonight we'll be indulging ourselves in a bit of horror tabletop role-playing for those of you who have never been here before. That is what we do. It's a live stream. And as such, I do have a bit of a warning at the very, very, very beginning that this is, in fact, a horror game. So we very often will have graphic descriptions of violence, gore, blood, guts, that sort of thing. Things of common phobias. It can be a little uncomfortable for some people, so we understand if that is not your cup of tea. Please enjoy everything else that Nat 21 Adventures has to offer. But if you're in for the spooky and the horrible, then you are in the right place. With that out of the way, I would like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors. First of all, we'd like to thank Destination Dungeons & Dragons. And whenever Paulo gets back from England yet again, he's over there again right now, he will give me a new graphic for the up-and-coming events. But Destination D&D with renadventures.com. You can join us there. We did a D&D game in Muncaster Castle in England back at the beginning of June. There's plans for next year as well. And more importantly, in New Orleans, coming up this fall, we are having another Destination D&D. Go to renadventures.com and you can find it there. We'll be gaming during the week in New Orleans, and it culminates with a trip to the Louisiana Renaissance Fair, where many of the people that you see regularly on this channel will be performing in November and December. So please be sure to check that out when the time comes. We'd also like to thank our friends at 3d2u.org, our friends Amy and Jesse, making wonderful gaming products, dice towers, dice trays, journals, all sorts of things, 3D printed and laser woodcut. Check them out at 3d2u.org. And of course, myself and Handler Z, who is often on this channel as well, we have a book. She wrote it. I do the voiceover for the narration. You can find it. It's called Dare, a collection of short fiction and poetry by Melissa Lee on Amazon and on Audible. And we're going to have a new one coming out this fall. Handler Z has been going through and putting together all of the stories that she wants in the next one. And I've been making sure that they're all recorded. So hopefully come this fall for spooky season, we will have a brand new book. A couple of things additionally that I would like to add. I'd like to thank Sir David Percival, who's over there in the comments helping us out as our moderator on Twitch. He's been posting all sorts of information over there right now, and he also keeps track of our helps, which I will get into in a moment to explain what those are, if you are unfamiliar. But Sir David has been with us for a long time, helping us on and off with our streams, and I just wanted to give him a little shout out and thank you that he's always willing to step up when he's available and help us out. We have a couple other moderators, Reverend Tommy, who's on this channel regularly, and Dracula's stepdaughter, who joins us very often. Thank all of you for being the moderators that you are and for helping us out. Now, a little bit about tonight's game. Tonight's game is, as I said, a horror-based game. It is based in the Chill universe. Chill is a game that was created by Mayfair Games back in the 80s. It has gone through several iterations. The basic gist of it is that the supernatural is real. It is generally very powerful, and it is 90% of the time very, very evil. So there is an organization that is out there combating it and keeping it from the general public so as not to drive everyone insane. It is called SAVE. The Latin translation of its name is the Society of the Eternal Silver Way. It is not a government organization. It is a bunch of philanthropists who started in the early 1800s when they discovered the unknown affecting their daily lives and banded together and are trying to, there's the Latin name, Societas Argente Viae Eternitata. So yes, they've I probably butchered the Latin. I've never went to Catholic school. I don't know. But they banded together and fight the unknown. It's an extra government organization. They try to keep things secret and down low. However, the rule system we are using are not from the Chill game, but rather from a game called Over the Edge, which was a game that was created in the 90s. The only thing you have to know about it is that it is very, very, very simple. It is essentially every character has 3 traits, a primary trait and 2 side traits. Those traits could literally be anything. For example, nun might be your, Catholic nun might be your primary trait. And then your side traits might be, let's say, math whiz. Maybe that's one of your side traits. And maybe your other side trait is athletic. She's a nun who works out. So there's your character. Now, every time you try to do something in the game, you roll a number of six-sided dice and attempt to hit a target number. And the number of six-sided dice you roll, okay, Victoria, Victorian London fog. That is very, that is very good. Primary trait, none. The number of dice you roll to attempt your activity depends on what trait it falls under, if any. For instance, our nun, let us say, is trying to recall a particular exorcism rite that she had read. Well, she's a nun, so she has a high chance of knowing that. So therefore, she would roll 4d6 and attempt to hit a target number. Now, let us say she is trying to outrun a pursuing hellhound. Well, she has athletic as a side trait. So in that case, she would roll 3d6 and attempt to succeed that way. But let us say she's trying to do something that has nothing to do with any of her traits, perhaps rewire an electrical panel. She has no experience in that. She would roll only 2d6. And now those of you in Twitch land can help by spending your Twitch points with the aforementioned Sir David Percival over there in the comments, and buy helps either for me or for the players. Whenever a player needs to make a roll, they can choose to spend some of the helps that they've accumulated, any or all of them at any given time. And every help that they expend that you have given them allows them to roll an extra die. The extra die is in addition to what they would normally roll. However, they can still only take what they would normally be allowed. Let us say that our nun is attempting to outrun the hellhound, normally would roll 3d6, but has a help and chooses to use it. She would roll 4d6, but still only take the highest 3 in her attempt to succeed. So that is essentially the rules. That's it. It's a very simple game system, which allows us to focus more on the story and the characters, which is what I personally really enjoy. Now, speaking of our story and our characters, let me get you back up to date on where we were. It has been a slight delay due to COVID. Sorry about that. By the way, Hamler Z, Baby Bat, and I are fine. We're all testing negative again now, finally. So we're back in good shape. So we can finish this adventure. The year is 1991. The place is Southern Virginia along Interstate 81 in the Blue Ridge Mountains near the town of Floyd, Virginia. Several electrical surveying contractors, rather, were found horribly slain, desiccated within 36 hours of their disappearance. Nothing but skin, literally skin and bones, with trees growing through them. Our players were dispatched as former members of SAVE. They've done work for SAVE before. They've been assembled and brought down to take a look and try to investigate, see what is going on. Along the way, they also discovered that there were several moonshiners that had gone missing as well. They went into the hills and found them at their still destroyed by apparently wild feral hogs. These wild feral hogs then showed up and attacked our players. They managed to defeat them, but noticed that the hogs were acting in a very unnatural manner. Several of our players' characters are, in fact, outdoors types, and they all agree that this was not normal behavior for them. They tracked down the strange disturbances. They've heard something sounding like an elk baying off in the distance. They tracked things down, discovered that there was an archaeologist poking around in some caves nearby, went to investigate, and discovered the aforementioned, actually he was an anthropologist, impaled on a rack of antlers in a cave, with a cave painting of like a centaur elk kind of creature on the wall. And as they observed this in the flashlight light of this cave, they heard that elk call again at the cave mouth entrance. Now you know where we are. You know what has been transpiring. Let us get a few moments to introduce our players before we get going. So let us start with our Alice Harvey. Alice, if you could just give us, it's been a while, so give us a reminder of what you look like and who you are.
Oh, hi. I'm Alice. I'm 72 years old. I'm not very tall. I always have a little sweater over my shoulders because when you get this old, you get cold all the time. Okay, I don't care if it's 90 degrees out; it's always cold. I have a bit of a walker with me that has a very big pocket in it that I just continue pulling nonsense out of. How much room is in there? Who knows? Yeah, and then I have another case slung over my shoulder, which has a gun in it, that I pulled out because something's about to go down. But
And it's not just a gun; it's a sniper rifle.
yeah, it's my favorite.
Yes. Oh, that is curious. I don't remember. Does it have a name?
Oh, I just call her sweetheart, okay?
It's Sweetheart. All right, very
She's a
good.
sweetheart to me,
Very
not to
good.
other people, but that's not the important part.
Heart probably still figures into that statement.
Yeah, somewhere
However,
in
for what
there.
the other people call it. Um,
Exactly.
and we also have with us Annalise Baker. Annalise, hello, welcome. Can you describe yourself to us all?
I am a 6 foot tall, very lanky, long dark hair woman in her late 30s. I'm an ornithologist. Um, I have been studying migratory patterns of birds. Um, and so it's odd for me to be, down in this area. It's a little more south of where I'm used to being. But one of my colleagues, well, a friend of a friend, collegially speaking, is down here as well. And I just found that out by calling some of my old buddies to sort of figure out why he would be down here inspecting some sort of dig site, but didn't bring his intern, which makes no sense. Why would you have an intern if you're not going to bring your intern to the dig site? That's the entire reason. Like, they have to get credit, and you don't want to carry things. Makes no sense.
It doesn't, does it? And yet you have found him now. That is the individual impaled on the cave wall. We also have Emma Jean Hart with us. If you
Hi,
could
y'all
remind
doing?
everyone of who you are.
Well, yeah, I'm Emma Jean Hart. I've been scrambling around in these hollers for now, 20 something, 30 something years at this point. I don't really know how old I am. I'm probably like, I don't know, 30 maybe at this point. I don't know. I don't keep track of these things. But yeah, I've been hunting, trapping, trading. I ain't never left the area really. Just bipping and bopping around, you know.
And this is your first experience of something like this in the area.
Well, you hear about spooks and specters around here, and you hear about some weird things going on, but I ain't never heard nothing like this. I ain't never heard nothing like this. This is a little crazy.
Yes.
I don't know really what to make all this.
It's certainly out of your realm of experience. So,
Ain't that the damn truth?
indeed. And we also have with us Max, all the way from New York.
Yes, and wow, this will be the last time I take a trip to the country. Things, oddly enough, got weirder than they are in the city. Yes, 35, own a hotel, see my fair share of specters and spirits, but I have not run into skeletons and trees having grown almost instantly through someone who has allegedly only been gone for 3 days. And now facing whatever is in this cave, this probably going to, and part of my language, wreck our shit entity. Because I tried shooting at the pigs when I was in a tree, but the best I could do is kick one with my shoe, like just good old.
Yes, you did. You did more damage with your foot than you did with a gun against
Yes,
the wild
I
hogs.
did.
That is true. And we also have with us another local of sorts, Joshua Berry. Hello, Joshua. Can you
I was
yes
muted.
unmute yourself
Yes.
and remind everyone? Describe yourself. Remind everyone who you are.
Yeah. So I am about 35 as well. Maybe about like 5'10", 5'11". I'm from Roanoke, which is just up the road a little bit. And I had come down here. I'm an auto mechanic, and I'd come down here because I got asked to join this hunt for these people. We found them. They're skeletons now, and now we're after this anthropologist. Found him too. He's stuck on a pair of antlers there in the cave, and about the time that we were gonna get out of there, we heard that elk bellow. So that's probably not good for us.
No, it probably is very not.
Probably not.
And with that, I would ask you all to roll some initiative, and you would roll a number of dice equal to your highest physical trait that corresponds. Which most of you, I think, is 3, but there's 2 of you, I think it would be 4. Yeah, Emma Jean would roll 4. Alice, I would say you would probably roll 4 as well. And I think everybody else would roll 3.
I got a whopping 11.
All right, give me just a moment, and then I'll ask you for yours.
Ah, yes.
All right.
I
Does anyone have higher than 11?
Yes.
yes.
All right. What do we have, Max?
I have 14.
14. Alice, what is yours?
16.
Anyone higher than 16? All right. So
Going on
Alice,
17. No, no.
16. Going on. She's only 17.
Lower.
Quiet, Kipling. Quick, Kiplinger. So
I
then,
rolled an
Max,
8.
you had 14, you said?
I did, yes. Also, I'm just going to let you know a horrible storm has arrived in Harlem, and so if I get glitchy, it's just because it's shown up.
And then
Alright.
give it about 11, 12 minutes, and then I'll be doing the same thing.
We had one come through here about an hour and a half ago. We'll see if another wave comes through or not.
Yeah, it's
Here
probably
in
the same
lovely
one.
Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
Emma, you had an 11, you said?
Yes, sir.
Annalise, Joshua, what did you have?
I got an 8.
I got a 10.
All right. To be fair, Joshua is injured.
That's true. I am.
I'm about to be.
Real
Yes, Emma.
quick. Do we have any helps left over from last time?
Yes, we do.
we-
I am going to put in. I have it marked here. Let me show you.
Oh,
That is our
Yes,
number of
what?
help currently. Thank you, Sir David Percival, for that.
fantastic. Thank you very much.
Bless.
And just a review of how injured people are before we get going on this. Again, because it's been a little bit. Emma is at full health. Alice is slightly injured. Annalise is at full health. Max is at full health. But Joshua, I could not remember exactly how many hit points you still have.
I am at I think 18. No. I'm at 16 of 22, I think.
16 of 24. That's what it was.
16 of 24.
Yes. Because you were injured, but you got some of them back due to medical treatment. I seem to recall that you were down to like 12 or 14, and then you got healed up.
Whatever you say.
So we'll say 16.
Great.
All right, we begin with Alice. Alice, you hear this elk bellow behind you from back at the cave mouth. What do you do?
Oh dear.
The cave is not very deep. Allow me to remind you all of that. It's only
Yeah.
a couple dozen yards in.
Okay. Because if I remember correctly, I was also at the cave mouth because I was following behind everybody, right?
You are the closest to the cave mouth. Yes.
Oh, balls. I would like to. Is there like a place that I can like hang in the shadows and hide?
If you want
Um,
to turn around and dash into the shadows as best you can, yes, you most certainly
yeah,
may.
I'd love to do that actually.
As you turn around, you see silhouetted um, in the opening of the cave mouth. It is still daylight outside.
Okay.
It is a large deer-like body, like an elk-sized, but it's in the front of it rises like a torso with a man-like chest and arms, and then on top of it, instead of a man's head, it turns into an elk's head with antlers. um, and as a quick observation, as you dash, you see it, it sees you, and you try to dive for cover to get hidden. Um, it looks odd, like it already looks odd in that it
Okay.
is this elk human hybrid thing, but its body looks odd. It looks like it's not made out of flesh. It looks like it's roots and vines and things that are grown together to form this parody of a mammal in front of you, but it looks like it's made primarily of plant matter. There's moss instead of fur sticking out, although you do see some wiggling things inside of the barrel of its trunk. It looks like it's made of an amalgamation of all sorts of woodland flora and fauna all together to create this construct that is this elk centaur. Dive for cover. Roll me 4d6 as you attempt to get out of any sort of line of sight, although it has seen you there,
Okay.
to sort of disappear into the shadows. So go ahead and give me a roll.
That is a 19.
You disappear behind a little bend in the cave wall. You think that you've gotten out of its line of sight, but you have no idea, obviously.
Great.
Um,
Cool.
But in you go. Next up, Max is actually Max. Max, you hear Granny give a slight little gasp and then dive. You hear the rocks kind of move as she dives behind you into cover. You have not turned around and seen this yet.
Okay, so I don't even think Max is gonna turn around. I think if Granny is diving, it's follow your general. He didn't serve, but he's serving now, and he is serving coward. So I think he's gonna dive like and just follow Granny's lead and go where she goes. We're not looking to post up and then reevaluate the situation from there.
All right, so you try to roll behind some covers of rocks.
Yeah.
All right.
What are you thinking?
I'm looking at your traits, trying to think. I'm trying to help you.
An artist knows what a rock looks like, so that's at least 2 T6.
Yeah. And you're
familiar,
so you know what a room looks like, and it's
yes, and
it's like a room.
And
bartender. I think it'd be a stretch. Roll me 2d6.
2d6. That's what I thought. That's as many as I was
wanted to pick up, but I could not think of it.
Well, and it's a 6. So what are we gonna do?
You hit the dirt right in the middle of the cave floor.
Bah. Well, since I've clearly fumbled it, I'll like kind of look over my shoulder then at that, like I hit it and I'm like, ugh, and then a turn just to see what is behind me.
And you see what I just described. This creature, this amalgamation, just kind of snorting in what you can only assume is agitation at the cave mouth. And with that, it's its turn. It takes a step forward into the cave mouth, and gives another unearthly bellow that rings off the rocks. It actually hurts your ears in this confined space. It's so loud. If you've ever heard an elk and what they sound like, imagine that's right next to you when they do it. It's, as somebody pointed out earlier, very often an elk is used when somebody's doing the sound of what a dragon sounds like. So it's this weird roary bellow kind of sound, trumpeting, I believe is actually what they call it, an elk trumpet. And as it does, the cave seems to glisten with a little bit of light. The little pools of water sort of ripple slightly. And for the first time, you notice there are a number of vines in here that you don't recall being in here before. And as you look at them, you can see the vines seem to be writhing and growing at an incredible rate here inside the cave. With that,
like
it is
that.
Emma's turn.
I see the thing.
Oh, you turn around and see it, yes.
All right. I mean, I figure all are hearing shot anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and just shoot at the thing.
Who's going for an antler ride? Go ahead and roll. You are a hunter, so you can roll 4d6 if you like, and you do have helps if you want.
You know what? I think I will, in fact, use a help. And that would be a 14. Whew.
A 14. You're a bit surprised, so the shot goes slightly wide. The creature rolled a 17, so
All right.
just to let you know. So yes, the shot goes a bit wide your first round.
Right.
But we will see.
I
what
was just
happens.
startled. Look, it's the big old thing. I don't know what it was doing. It's right there. Ah.
Annalise, it is your turn.
There's all this commotion, and then Max just fell on the ground behind me.
Yes. And then a trumpet sounded of this elk, and then there was a gunshot.
I'm gonna run forward towards the antler dude on the wall
Very good.
and try to crouch there and get my gun out.
All right, you crouch next to the impaled body. He's been impaled for some time at this point. So he is not desiccated like the other ones were, but he is still very dead. He still has all of his equipment on him or piled about him as it has fallen off of his person. He's still clothed, though the clothes are shredded from being impaled on the antlers.
Does he have any flares?
You want to go through his stuff?
Yeah.
All right, that is your turn. You're going through.
Right.
You turn around, you see that thing, and you frantically start going through his possessions.
Okay.
We'll get back to that, but that is what you
Great.
are doing right now. So that is Annalise and Joshua.
All right. So I want to take a look at the vines that we got going on the wall.
They're everywhere. They're all throughout the cave. They're just sprouting out from between rocks and slowly starting to writhe and twist, and they are decidedly reaching toward all of you.
Cool. That's what I wanted to know. We should leave.
Keep in mind that the creature is between you and the exit.
That's fair. Let's see here.
Before we continue, I need clarity because I don't honestly remember. Where is your dog Oscar?
We left Oscar at the hotel.
That's right, you did.
Yes.
Probably
we left
wise.
Oscar at
Carry
the
on.
hotel. Yes. So, let's see. Just so I have my mental picture right. We've got Annalise is by the body. Max dove where now?
Pretty much right into the center of the cavern.
Blah.
He slipped on the rocks and kind
Okay.
of face planted.
I am going to try to help Max up. And as I do that, I would like to say, if we could somehow get past it outside, we might be able to shut it in the cave and seal it away.
All right. As you drag Max to your feet, you manage to say that. So, Max, you're actually on your feet again now.
Yay!
As Joshua helps you back up.
It can't get all of us.
Some of us might survive.
That is what I want to use my turn for. I imagine helping him up, taking a good bit.
Yeah, that's you basically
Yeah.
haul him to his feet, and you state your plan as well. And with that, it's Alice's turn. Alice, you are in. You have Sweetheart in your hands.
I do.
You are in the shadows. The creature does not seem to be focused on you, but just trumpeted and caused vines to start to grow out of the ground. You notice none of the vines are growing toward you yet.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Do I have a clear shot at the creature from my vantage point?
Absolutely, you do.
Great, I want to take it.
Very well. There are your helps if you want to use them.
Yeah, I'd like to use one, actually.
Very well.
I'm afraid.
So Alice is using one help.
Okay. Ha 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 ha. And that is another 19. Whee!
So your bullet hits it in the flank,
Okay.
and you see a sort of a spray of chunks of wood like mulch and moss go flying off. The creature takes a step sideways from the impact, and then immediately rights itself and looks directly at you.
Great. That's super cool.
So
Now's the time.
Max, your turn.
Okay, so getting up, quickly like dust off. Just turns to Joshua quickly. Thank you, and I think that's a brilliant idea. And Max is going to try to get past the creature to the
You're just
outside
gonna
of
run
the
out
cave.
of the cave as best you can.
I think so, and I'm going to channel being a New Yorker, and I have ungodly like quick
Just dodging people
speed
left and right.
when it comes to the commute in a high stressful environment.
Leading with your elbows.
And you also bartended at a busy restaurant. So you know what? I'll allow you to roll 3d6.
Very good. I'm gonna roll
Fair.
4. I'm gonna take one of my helps. See what I
Very
can
well.
do.
Max uses a help to escape.
Don't roll that one. Okay, great. So that is that's 15.
I rolled a 9.
Nice.
So as a result, you managed to dart out of the cave past it as it's focused on Alice. And you break out into the sunshine of the hollow where this cave is. If you recall, there's a pond, and then there's this cave off to the edge of the pond down here in this hollow. And so you break out into the open next to the pond. You are past it. You are behind it now.
And a quick, like peripherally glance around. Has this elk brought anything with it? Is there anything else that's been summoned? I didn't like run into 30 more feral hogs, did I?
No, you don't see anything else except for this creature.
Okay.
It's all clear out here.
Yes, I don't have to outrun you. I just have to outrun the bear. The creature charges Alice.
That's each other.
Oh, and look, I have a help. I'm going to
Oh,
use one.
goody.
It lowers its antlers
No,
and
Granny.
charges directly at you, Alice.
Okay.
You can roll 4d6 to dodge out of the way.
You have a
And
help,
you have
Alice.
helps.
You have a help,
I
Granny.
would love to use another help.
You have one
That
left.
sounds
You use it very well.
sounds
Go,
really
Granny,
fun for
go. Go, Granny.
me.
You can do it.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Well, that's not as good as I did last time. That is a 17.
Good. I rolled a 14.
Ah!
This creature, it just misses you as you dodge out of the way. Your walker falls to the ground, but you keep
Not the
Sweetheart.
walker.
You still have Sweetheart in your hands, and
Great.
its antlers scrape along the rock wall next to you. You see some of the wood flake off from the impact. You can definitely see that there are bugs and small creatures, maybe even like a mouse or two, a field mouse, running around inside this creature as it moves. And with that, it is Emma's turn.
All right. I think I'd like to follow the creature out into the clearing just a little bit. Do I
Oh, you're
have
gonna follow.
time?
You're following Max out, not the creature.
Oh no, I want to follow the creature.
No, the creature came in and attacked Alice.
Oh, I thought Alice was not in the cave for some
No,
reason.
she at
No.
last game she said she came into the cave.
Oh, heard. Okay, all right.
You know your cover that was supposed to monitor the entrance. She came inside.
Got it. All right. Then I would like to. Yeah, I think I'd like to follow Max out into the clearing. But as I do
All right,
so,
the
I would
creature
like.
is still between you and the exit, so you are going to have to roll. You can roll 4d6 to get past it.
All right. Question: as I do
Yes,
so, is it possible for me to load up another shot in my gun?
you can reload. You cannot fire, as you're too
Okay.
busy trying to get out.
That would be an
But
18.
you do have a bolt action, so yeah.
Yes.
What did you roll to get out?
18.
18. You dive roll underneath its legs, underneath its rather large barrel-like torso, but it towers. It's an elk. If you've never seen an elk in real life, they're huge.
They are
I know
huge.
you have. I know
Oh,
you
yeah.
have, Emma. But for all our viewers at home, elk are huge. And so you dive roll underneath it and put a new round in the chamber as you roll out into the sunlight of next to Max by the pond. Annalise, you are going through the possessions. You find a little book, like a journal or something, as you're rummaging through his things. You find a flashlight, and you find some digging equipment, some like archaeological type equipment, like picks and brushes for doing things. And you also find a small disposable camera in and amongst this stuff. Again, probably the most interesting thing is there appears to be some sort of logbook / journal.
Is there anything that would start a fire?
You find a pocket lighter,
Okay.
just like a Bic.
Crap. I will stuff the notebook into my pants pocket.
Uh-huh.
And are there any vines approaching me?
Oh, yes.
Can I try to light
Absolutely.
one of them on fire with my lighter?
I mean, it's a small wiggling green vine coming toward you, and you just have it's just a Bic lighter.
No. Well, is it looking at me, the thing?
The elk creature is focused, it seems, on Alice at the moment.
Well, I don't think I can get out, so I'm gonna try to shoot it.
Very good. You take a shot. Go ahead.
Inside.
That's not really your forte, but go ahead.
No. 11.
11. The bullet strikes its foreleg, which buckles for a moment until it straightens up again. Everyone who is present is still inside the cave. It certainly seems to be injured, but while looking at it, you see that the previous shot that hit it in the flank, it looks like ants and beetles are putting mulch and moss back into the bullet wound as it appears to be repairing itself to the tune of that many points of damage. All right, very good. But you hit it. So that was Annalise and Joshua.
All right. I would like to take off my I've got like one of those like flannel,
Right.
greasy shirts on. I want to like take that off. I want to try to like spin it up. Then I'm gonna do something that maybe not be advised. I'm going to dive. I'm gonna try to dive under the elk and grip its like pull its front legs back with my shirt and try to get its head to go into the dirt, like AT-18 this bitch.
All right, you are trying to essentially trip a quadruped. Very good.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker did it. Can't be that hard.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yes, as Sir David Percival broke out, this is your hold my beer moment.
And I would like to use a help, and I feel like my firefighting skill is probably helping me with this.
I'll let you roll 3d6 for this.
All right, I'm gonna use a help.
Plus your help.
All right, this is it. This is my moment.
Oh, for comedy, this can only go one way.
Hell yeah! All right, let's see. That's 8, 16. No, not 16. 8, 12. Yeah, 14.
14. I have been rolling terribly, and I rolled an 11.
Hell yeah!
So you roll under it. Its legs come out from underneath it, and it kind of thumps the front half of it onto the ground for a moment. You are now but your shirt is tucked around its legs.
Yeah.
So are you letting go of the shirt, or are you holding on?
No, once it's tripped, I'm letting go.
Okay.
And as I'm
you are
doing
on the
that,
ground.
Get out.
All right, you are on the ground after rolling through and pulling it. You are on the ground at the cave entrance.
Great.
So you are past it, but not all the way outside yet.
Yeah.
And it has gone down on 2 legs.
Great.
Alice, it is right next to
you.
Okay. And you said that my walker got knocked over, right?
Correct.
How far away is it?
Oh, it's at your feet.
Oh, it's at my feet? Okay.
But you have to take time to get it, if that's what you
okay.
want.
So, like, how close is, like, right there? Like, are we talking about, like, a foot or...
I'm talking, like, within 2 feet of you.
Oh, I hate that. Okay. Oh, no. I think that is it paying attention to me, or is it paying attention to the shot that Annalise just got at it?
It's hard to tell because a lot just happened all at once.
Great. Okay.
It charged you. It
yeah.
missed. Annalise shot it. Joshua tripped it.
Okay.
You have no idea what it's going to do next.
I want to try to go for my my walker.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can grab it, but you're not going to get out of here if you do. This turn.
That's fine. That's cool. I just want to make sure that she's prepped and ready.
All right. You grab your walker. You could probably do something else really quick if you wanted to after grabbing your walker.
Hmm. Would it be reasonable to say that I would have like a combat knife or something in my walker?
Yes. I
Great.
think that is perfectly reasonable for you.
Okay, that's great. Can I search for that and
Oh,
unsheath
you
it
know
and get
exactly
ready?
where it is. You can grab it in an
Great,
instant.
perfect.
What are
And
you
then
going to do with Sweetheart?
Sweetheart, I think I just want to sling her over my shoulder.
So you sling that, grab your walker, pull out the knife.
Yeah, and I
All right,
think
that's where
that's
we
it.
are.
Oh no.
Very good. Max, you are outside the cave entrance. Emma has tumbled out next to you. In between you and the creature is also Joshua.
Okay.
Alice is next to the creature, and beyond all of that is Annalise still deep in the cave next to the body.
So, in preparation for the idea that Joshua had, I want to look around. Is there anything that looks like, if it was dislodged, could trap the creature inside? Like, is there any like rocks that or boulders that look feasibly movable?
So the rocks would have to be above the cave entrance, because
Right.
obviously you don't have the strength to move something that this
Uh,
creature couldn't move,
yeah.
conceivably. Um, I'll tell you what, you can take a quick scout around. Um, I'll be generous and let you roll 3d6.
Okay.
You're used to
That
precarious being
is.
balanced in a bar.
Yeah, that's 12.
Nothing immediate in the immediate vicinity.
Okay.
There is a hillside. You probably have to scale up that hill to maybe try to
Got it.
find something.
Got it. But run
But
the
that
risk
is
of it being able
possible.
to chase us. Okay. Cool.
But nothing immediate. And you taking a look around, you can still do a little something else if you want.
Um. God, I'm such a terrible shot that I feel like if I just popped off the gun, I'd run the risk of shooting one of my friends downrange. So I think it is
That is possible.
I think it's going to be just a scouting mission for me, trying to figure out if there's any way to like clog this opening.
So are you going to go up the hillside to try and find something?
Yeah, I guess I'll go up the hill a little bit just to see what we've got.
Okay, you begin scrambling up the hillside.
How big
All
is
right.
the cave entrance?
The creature has several options. Let us see what it chooses. The creature hates Granny. Sorry.
That's fair. I get that.
On a random roll, it chose to attack you.
Great.
As it pushes up off of its front feet, which have been tripped out from under it, it rolls its head to the side and attempts to impale you on an antler.
Cool.
I am using a help again.
Hey, me too. What a coincidence.
All right. What a coincidence.
Farts.
What do you? I rolled a 15.
I rolled an 11.
The antler catches you under your left ribs.
Ouchie.
And tosses you into the air against the rock wall. You rolled an 11?
Yeah.
And I rolled a 15. So that is 8 points of damage as you get thrust to the side.
Ooh, I'm not looking good.
You have 8 hit points left.
Ouch.
One more hit like that, and Granny is done.
All right.
You slam into the wall. The wind knocked out of you. You haven't felt like this since you fell out of that Huey at an altitude of 15 feet as it was coming into land back in Cambodia. And you hit a couple of bamboo on the way down. It feels like that. Emma.
All right. I would like to. I can see into the cave. Yes.
You can see the creature in the cave. Yes.
I would like to get into. I would like to get into kneeling position with one leg. One. Basically, I'm aiming my rifle and I'm using the kneeling position. Do you know the
Righto.
one that I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
And I just want to aim, just take my time and aim at that thing.
So you're going to take your time on this one.
Yes, I am.
I will give you a free extra die, like a help, next turn.
Okay.
As a result,
All right.
as you take your time to slowly line up the shot. Annalise, the creature just attacked Alice and threw her against the wall. There are vines now starting to twirl around your ankles.
Oh shit.
Yeah, remember they're still there.
Are they preventing me from moving?
They will soon.
All right. I'm going to, similar to last time, whenever there's a lot going on, I am screaming the whole time. And I also can't hear because there's been guns in this cave. So I am just running forward, screaming, leave her alone, and trying to shoot it again.
You charge and charge firing in absolute fear. Go ahead and roll.
I'm taking a help.
Your helps are right there. You're going to use a help. That's probably wise.
Oh no.
I rolled very badly, so.
I rolled very badly also. Fingers crossed. I rolled a 9.
Let's go
I
team.
rolled an 8.
All right.
I rolled 2 ones, a 2, and a 4. The round strikes it again, this time in like the front shoulder of it, spinning it around away from Granny. As it does, you see your previous bullet wound has already started to close back up, being repaired by small forest creatures putting things back into place. But it does spin it away from Granny for a moment. She kind of goes down. It kind of goes on one leg again after having risen. So that is Annalise's turn. Joshua, you are just on the other side of it, between it and the cave exit. Inside the cave still is Alice and Annalise and this creature. Behind you, outside somewhere, you're not looking that direction necessarily, is Emma and Max.
All right. Since tripping it didn't do much good.
It slowed it down, but only for a little bit.
Yeah. I would like to. I have like nothing else on me besides my hunting rifle, which I'm too close to use. And I probably don't even have that anymore because I dove. I would like to take off my belt. And I want to try to jump onto its back and wrap the belt around its neck like a horse.
Very well.
Why not?
I am intrigued by this entire idea.
Oh, shit.
You know what Luke Skywalker didn't do? Ride an AT-AT.
It is true, he did not. So feel free to roll 3 dice and keep in mind you have helps if you want to use them. You've got 2.
Yeah, I would love to use one.
You're going to use a help? All right.
Yeah, so my goal here is I'm trying to like get it around the neck with the belt and like, you know. Yeah.
Ride that eldritch horror.
That is a 11, 14, 15, 16.
I am rolling so horribly.
Yes, let's go. Let's fucking
you get
go.
The belt around its chest, essentially. The man part of the chest that rises out.
Yeah.
You managed to get it around underneath its arm, so you are riding this eldritch monstrosity.
I just want to pull, like I'm just like like trying to get it away from Granny.
All right, very good. We'll see how that works. Granny, the creature rears up in front of you. You see Joshua on its back, pulling it backwards. He's astride it and trying to pull it away from you.
Oh, that's smart. Look at you go, sweetheart. You're doing so good. Ow.
Granny, it's your turn. What do you do?
Oh, goodness gracious. So do I need to like take a turn to steady myself since I just got the wind knocked out of me, or am I able to act on this turn?
Depends what you want to do.
Okay. Was I able to hold on to? Actually, did my rifle smash in the wall too?
No, you still have that in your hands. You were still.
Okay, great.
No, you slung that over your shoulder.
Yeah, I slung it
It's
over
still
my
on your
shoulder.
back, and it's, as far as you know, it's undamaged.
Okay, great. Was I able to hold on to my combat knife?
Yes, but the walker is on the ground again.
Balls. Would it be reasonable for, hypothetically, if I were to have some sort of an explosive in my walker somewhere, such as a hand grenade, would that be possible?
Oh, that's going to be a little rough.
Okay,
I'll let
that's
you
fine.
roll for it to see if you have one.
Okay.
I'm going to make
Got a whole French patisserie in there with baked goods, but the hand grenade we have to roll for.
Yeah, just because the army's not going to let you necessarily. You can leave with a rifle, but getting a, hand grenade, a live hand grenade.
What if she?
Kind of hard.
What if she gave it to the poor waitress at the Denny's or the Waffle House
by accident?
By accident. Oh no.
I will let you roll 4d6.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you, your difficulty is going to be 22.
Cool.
But you do have helps.
I'll use one. Maybe I'll get another or something after that. That would be nice.
All right, so roll 5d6, take the highest 4, and if you get 22 or more, you have a hand grenade in there.
No, I didn't make 22 or wait, do I count the 5th dice or I just take the 4 highest, right?
You take the highest 4 dice.
Okay, yeah, I didn't quite get there. I got 17.
Yeah, you seem to recall that you used that hand grenade fishing once.
Yeah, that makes sense. That was a really weird thing.
You thought you might still have it, and then you remember, oh, that's right. I was out in Minnesota fishing, and I chucked one in the lake.
Those damn Minnesota waters. Okay. Cool. Instead, why not? I actually just want to go and I want to try like slashing at this creature. Because
you're gonna attack with a knife.
Yeah, I'm 72 years old. What else am I gonna do with the rest of my life?
All right. Stab an eldritch horror. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Balls. Yes, that's an 11 for me.
I finally rolled really well, and thankfully that's for a defensive action. So yes, you swing wildly, and you're disoriented from impacting the wall. So your slashes go wild as you are still getting your feet back again.
I knew I was nearsighted. Okay.
Max, it is your turn. You're scrambling up the hillside.
Yeah, as I'm going up the hill, I just see the last thing I see of the cave is Joshua taking his belt off. So it's a very just exasperated like shout from me going up the hill, being like, "What is the goal?" And then like I'm just like climbing the hill to see if we are going to be able to actually, in fact, barricade this opening. If everyone can get out.
Give me a 3d6 again as you're looking around.
I'm not going to use a help. Just let the fates decide. Okay, that's just a 12. Nice little 12.
Nothing yet, but if you climb up a little further, there's a whole section of rock that looks like it's all butted against a dead tree.
Okay.
That if you could maybe dislodge the dead tree, it wouldn't send like one big rock, but there'd be like a landslide that might cover that entrance.
Okay. I am gonna continue my just pilgrimage up to that location and all just right. Like relaying and shouting a message of just like, y'all need to get out, like get out.
Yes, you're running up that road, running up that hill. You're running like a coward baby. All right.
Being helpful.
You say coward.
Like a coward. I will In Max's defense, he
being
is not running
helpful.
like a coward. He has a
No.
goal.
I have a goal, and I say surviving is not cowardice.
No.
That's the strong. For any kids watching, surviving is the strongest thing you can do. Your best revenge is living.
You're not wrong. You're not, if you're still alive, you can exact revenge. You can be a Inigo Montoya. So that was Max. This creature has Joshua on its back.
Die! Just fucking die!
It rears up toward the stalactites hanging from the ceiling and attempts to buck Joshua into the stalactites.
Ow.
I hope you kill yourself, motherfucker.
Joshua, let me get the helps up here. It bucks toward the ceiling. The Glue Master is using a help. I want to kill one of these characters. But I'm letting the rules decide whether or not it happens. So I am using a help. Joshua, do you want to use any of your 2 helps?
Yeah. Why leave them on the table?
Fair enough. You have 2. Do you want to use them both?
Can I do that?
Yes.
Then yes.
So what I want you to do is roll 5d6.
All right.
And pick the highest 3. I am rolling 5d6 and picking the highest 4. It's going to be a near thing.
God.
I rolled
Did you
a
beat a
14.
16?
Nope, 14. 14.
The creature bucks up into the ceiling, smashing you into the roof. What did you roll?
It's 14.
And I rolled a 16. So that's 4 more points of damage as it bunks you into the roof.
Be fine.
And I want you to roll me 3d6 to hold on if that's what you want to do, or do you want to let go and fall?
Nope, I want to hold on.
All right, roll me 3d6 to see if you hold on.
Did I just get more helps?
Not yet. Oh, yes, you did. You got 2 more helps.
I want to use one.
All right, very good.
Thank you, chat. That is a 13.
You do manage to hold on. I rolled an 11.
Nice. Nice.
You are still on its back, though you are seriously beat up. I believe you have 4 hit points left.
Me?
But you are clinging.
Wait, I was 16 out of 24, and I
and then you got injured the first time, and you were down to 8.
No, Alice was down to 8.
That's me.
Not been
Yeah.
touched yet.
Oh, you are right. My mistake.
Yes.
Alice
Nope,
is still
you're
at
so
8.
good.
And now Joshua is down to 12.
Yeah.
My mistake. I wrote down in the wrong spot. I see where I am now. All right. So Joshua has 12 hit points left. That was its turn. Now it is Emma's turn.
Do I still have a shot with this jackass on its back?
I mean, yes.
Don't hit me.
I'm gonna take
Hit
that
him!
shot.
Hit him!
I'm gonna take
Very
that
good.
shot.
And as I mentioned, you have an extra help because you took a round to aim.
Uh-huh.
However, I'm going to take an extra help just to counterbalance because of the possibility of hitting Joshua on his back.
Okay.
I will determine that if you miss by more than 5, you hit Joshua.
Okay.
Are you going to use any of your other helps that you have? You have one other help if you want it.
I already rolled.
Oh, too late then. All right, very good.
Too late. But I'm all right.
What'd you roll?
21.
Hell yeah.
You do shoot it. Joshua, you've got your belt around its torso. Your head is right next to it, and suddenly the side of its head erupts in splinters. almost sawdust and moss getting in your eye as the round passes through its head. There's a squelching noise as some small woodland creature, maybe a chipmunk inside, takes the brunt of the impact and explodes inside the hollow head of this creature.
Yeah, fuck you, Nim.
Gore and fur and little tiny bones come out, covering you, Joshua. The creature staggers all the way to the ground, and then slowly, but still, gets back to its feet, its head already re-knitting. But it is definitely was definitely knocked for a loop from that. With that, it is Annalise's turn. You are almost right next to it. You were running, screaming, shooting at it. Now there's a battered and bruised Joshua on its back. Its head just exploded in shards and is knitting back together. Alice is off to the side, swinging a knife wildly. Max is outside somewhere shouting something. You don't know. You're deafened from all these explosions in the cave.
If I'm this close to it and it's damaged, can I just put my gun on its head and shoot it?
Yes. I'm going to still make you roll, but I'm going to give you an automatic help.
Bite the curb.
And I'm going to take my help too.
All right.
$16.
The bullet passes through its jaw. A chunk of its lower jaw comes off onto the ground. It gives this horrible mewling sound, and it shakes its head. Several beetles and grubs fall out of the wound onto the ground and scamper away. And it is very much damaged and injured, but you can also see that it is very much repairing itself as it goes. And you feel a tug at your left ankle. And looking down, you see there's a vine wrapped around it. Joshua.
Okay.
All right. So here's what I want to do.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I want to. Yeah, chat. I know. I have nothing to set it on fire with. I have a belt. So I would like to try to get because I'm around like in his armpits.
That's
I want
correct.
to try to like wrap like what am I trying to explain? I want to get the belt to his antler and like lock it in place so he can't move his antler because it's under his arm. Like if the belt is like here and then to the back of his antlers, so he can't like move his head very well.
Okay, so you're trying to get that front loop of the belt up over its antlers.
No, I'm trying to get like the. All right, if this is the belt.
Okay, all right.
I want this under here,
Right. It's like that,
and then like the back of it. Like,
oh, I see. Up
like up
that,
here.
like kind of like a full Nelson kind of thing.
Yeah, like a full
Yeah.
Nelson. But like
I
with
understand you.
but like on his antlers so that it can't like continue to, gore us. Yeah.
Very well. All right. Roll 3d6.
All right.
Oh, here's the revised Here's the revised helps are right there.
All right, here we go. I'm not using my help for this one. I'm gonna save it.
All right.
Oh, that's ass. That is an 8.
Yeah, it's the belt. You're having a tough time. Like as you try to do that, it starts to loosen the grip on its torso, and it starts to get free. So you're like, I can't quite get it. You're still on its back, and you're still trying, but you don't actually.
Curse my tiny slutty waist.
Right. Um,
And then as I'm failing, I just want to say, like, we need to get out of this cave.
he said while riding the creature. Very well.
Yeah.
Alice, you notice that there are vines reaching toward you now.
Oh, I hate that.
Yes.
Cool. I want to go to my walker again.
All right.
Would it be reasonable that I have a can of hairspray in there? Speaking of dumb things.
Yes.
Okay.
I will make it a difficulty of 18 for you to have a can of hairspray in there.
Okay, great.
Aquanet, baby.
Listen, it would be Aquanet. She's an Aquanet queen. Wait. Nope. Actually, hold on. Let me some math, please. 17.
Nope. No, you remember you loaned the hairspray actually right before you left to one of your friends in Mount Gretna, and
Yeah.
she hadn't given it back yet.
Oh, she had to go to that wedding. I know how it gets.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Normally it would be in there, but this
Okay.
time around, not so much.
Great. Instead, can I shoot the creature?
You can try to back up and shoot. It's right on top of
Okay.
you, and it's bucking Joshua into the ceiling repeatedly.
Oh,
He's
cool.
trying to do something
Get
with this
out
belt.
of
Oh,
the
damn.
cave.
Okay. Yeah, I want to back up to a better vantage point.
right.
And just kind of hold off until
All right.
I come up with a better plan.
You manage to scramble your way to the entrance next to Emma,
Okay.
who is there in a classic shooting position on one knee.
Oh.
It's the one knee forward. I've seen Emma actually do it in real life, so I know what it looks like. Backstory you didn't need to know. And it's a great Thanksgiving, though. It's a great Thanksgiving.
It's just the best, really.
Some of the best
You know.
Thanksgivings of my life.
Truly.
And so you manage to get out, extricate yourself from that situation. You're out there now.
Great.
That was Alice. Max, you get up to this dead tree that seems to be holding a bunch of scree and small rocks and maybe even a couple larger, this size boulders.
Yeah.
That if you manage to get this dead tree dislodged, it will all slide down over the entrance.
Okay, so as soon as I've arrived up there, I feel like I also have heard Joshua utter the phrase, "Curse my slutty little waist," to which I once again shout, "What's the goal?" And then I'll relay a message down. I was like, I have a way to, shouting, obviously, I'm not going to do it now, but I have a way to close this up if you all can get out of there. And what are we staring at difficulty class-wise on this tree? This is going to take me a couple rounds, ain't it, to
Yeah, it's going to take you a few rounds to dislodge it, and probably a strength check of like 18 to succeed to dislodge it.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll start this process then.
All right. You begin tugging on the dead tree to dislodge it and send the scree flying down.
What are we?
What I want you to do is roll that strength now.
Okay. How many do you want me to roll?
I'll let you roll 3 normally, and you do have helps if you want to use them.
All right, I'll roll 4 then. I'll take the help, and I'll start this.
So roll
now.
4, take the highest 3. Tell me what you get.
Okay. Oof. Well, God didn't want that to be fun now, and it's just a nice little 8. I picture he grabbed it, he's like, "Wee!" and he kind of sort of bounced. Like,
on it.
I'm holding it. I'm like, "Wait."
Next turn, your difficulty is going to be a 16.
Okay.
It's as you slowly work it loose.
Okay.
All right, so that's where we're at there. The creature really does not want Joshua on its back and tries to slam you into the wall again. I need you to roll defensively, Joshua.
Yes. I'm going to use my help.
Are you going to use the help?
My last help.
All right. I only rolled a 12, so you have a good chance.
13.
Oh boy. You managed to be
Right,
uninjured, and
yeah.
you managed to
9, 10,
just
11, 12, 13. Yes, 13.
you hang on and take no further damage at the moment.
Sheesh.
Sheesh indeed. Emma, your turn again.
Ah,
Oh,
hell.
I have to roll for its
Oh.
healing. Hang on. All right. Go ahead.
So I think at this point I have realized that Joshua is not going to be getting off this thing's back, and I don't dare.
Don't worry,
again?
I'm getting off as soon as Granny gets out of the way.
Granny has gotten out of the way.
Great.
Annalise is now standing right next to it. However,
fuck.
I think I want to sling. I think I'm done trying to shoot it because I don't want to hit Joshua. I don't really know what's going on anyway, so I'm gonna grab my hatchet.
All right.
And I'm gonna go for its hindquarters. I'm going back
So
to
you
the
just
cave.
you just drop the rifle and run forward with the hatchet.
I'm slinging it around and back.
All right, and then you're gonna run forward with the hatchet. Go ahead, take a swing.
All right. I'm gonna use the damn help.
So am I.
Great.
Glue
I love
Master
that
is
for us. I rolled a 16.
16. You do manage to clip it a little bit and do a little bit of damage to it. It hits it kind of on the right shoulder this time, and it spins around. It's starting to spin around now and buck, trying to get Joshua off. And you notice that there are tendrils now of vines reaching toward you now that you've gotten close. Annalise, I need you to roll me 3d6 as a vine has wrapped around your leg to see if you can even free yourself from it.
12.
All right, you managed to tug your leg free at the last moment. Now, what would you like to do?
Is there basically, is this thing in the way of me getting out?
You can get past it probably.
Probably.
Yeah, you're gonna have to roll to get past it, but you're pretty sure you've watched other people get past it, so you probably could too.
Well, I think I'm gonna try.
All right.
And
roll me 3.
I will take my help.
All right. I rolled a 15.
I rolled a 13.
As it's spinning and gyrating, it doesn't hurt you, but it gets in your way and you can't quite get past it. And more vines now are grasping at your pant legs. Joshua.
All right. So, okay, just for me again. So Max is up on the ridge.
Whee!
Imogene is outside.
Well, she ran forward and is attacking it with a hatchet now.
But she's on the outside of the cave?
Yes.
Great. Granny
Alice is also on the outside of the cave.
Alice is on the outside of the cave. So the only person in the cave right now is Annalise.
You and Annalise are the ones that are most in the cave.
All right. Okay. I would like to. Is the elk facing in the cave or out of the cave?
It is spinning all over the place, trying to dislodge you.
Spinning, trying to dislodge me. Okay. I'm going to. I'm going to. All right, I'm gonna try to take my belt, and I want to, as I have it like under the armpits right here.
Correct.
I do want to try to get it like, I want to try to get its having its arms winded back is not going to help us.
Probably not.
It's yeah.
It's been
I
mainly attacking with its antlers.
mainly
so.
attacking with its antlers. Okay. Can I reposition the belt to go under its like jawbone instead?
You can try. That's going to be tricky because you're going to basically let go and then reattach. But you can try.
Can I instead of like letting go like that, can I like let go, swing it out, and swing it back in and like just try to get above the arms?
You sure can try.
All right. What should I roll for that?
I'll let you roll 3d6.
All right. Please. Okay, all right, that's not bad. That's a 12.
The belt goes out, and when it comes back in, it smacks it across the eyes, but you're unable to grab it. So now it is free.
Take that, bitch. All right.
That is your action. You've tried to change your grip on it, and it failed, and you no longer have a grip on it, though you are still on its back.
All right. Cool. Can I let go? Is letting go a free action? Yeah, if I can like.
When that fails, you just dive. All right.
What else am I supposed to do at this moment?
I'll allow it. I need you to roll 3d6 as you go down.
That is a 13.
You take 2 points of damage as you careen into the rocks off of this back of this thing.
Great.
So further owls for you. Alice, allow me to describe what's happening so you know.
Okay.
Max has run up the hill. He shouted something about I can make a landslide.
Okay.
And seal it in. Emma is close to the entrance of the cave mouth, but she's hacking at it with a hatchet.
Okay.
Joshua just fell off the back of the thing toward the entrance next to you.
Okay.
You are up by the entrance. And then Annalise is next to the creature, trying to get past it to get out.
Okay. Do I still have my combat knife?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to try to throw it to Annalise so she can chop some vines and get out of there.
You say, Annalise, here, catch, and you toss the knife to her.
Great.
Very well. I would like Alice, you can roll 4d6 to toss the knife.
Great.
Annalise, you can roll 2d6 to catch the knife. This is not a thing you're used to doing, and you weren't expecting this at all. You guys do have helps. There they are.
I will take mine.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So just so you know, if you tossing the knife is going to be relatively easy for you. I'll give you a difficulty of 10 to toss the knife. Catching the knife, also a 10. If you can roll a 10 for both of you or better, the knife toss works.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Nope.
That is a 13.
The knife lands at your feet.
Great.
Boom, a combat knife. Look, you hear vaguely something go, catch, and a knife lands at your feet. That's where that is.
Cool.
Max, go ahead and keep tugging.
All right, I'm going to use that help that I've got. I'll roll my 3 here.
And we're going for a 16 this time.
And boy, I got it. 6, 4, and a 6.
The rocks begin to cascade down the hillside.
Oh, no.
I did it! Wait! And then as, it's working, I realized now there's, nobody out of the cave. And as the rocks go, I'm like, what was the goal?
A landslide is beginning. The creature, you're not on its back anymore. She's over there. So there are 2 people next to her. 1, 2, or 3, it attacks Annalise. 4, 5, or 6, it goes for Joshua. No, I'm sorry. 1, 2, it goes for Annalise. 3, 4, it goes for Joshua. 5, 6, it goes for Emma, who has run up and is attempting to hack at it. So let's see. It goes for Joshua.
Oh
I
no.
mean, no.
Come at me, you overgrown Rudolph.
It double kicks you with its back legs. I'm using a help.
Oh, baby.
What a coincidence. Me too.
And then we have an updated total here. Let me show you.
What am I rolling? 3 or 4?
You would roll 3, but if you're rolling
Plus
a
my
help,
great.
you roll 4, take the highest 3.
14?
I rolled a 20. It kicks you. You feel your already bruised ribs crush in on themselves as you are flung out of the cave by its powerful hind kick, and you land in the pond. Roll me 3d6.
Oh, that's not good. 5.
You land in the pond face down and unconscious.
At least I'm outside.
In a pond. You are outside the cave.
Oh,
This is correct. Emma, you watch Joshua go flying past you, thud into the water, unmoving, and you see rock cascading down the cave mouth.
I think I'm gonna go try and get Joshua.
Appreciate it, bestie.
You dive out of the cave and grab Joshua to get him out of the water. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. I'll just yep.
Roll me 4d6.
All right.
Difficulty of 12.
12.
Yes.
I am not.
You
gonna
have
do
help
12.
still.
12.
You manage to grab him and roll him out of the pond so he's not face down and unconscious in the water. But he is unconscious. And you are clear from the cave mouth. Annalise, you see something going on beyond it, and you hear a rumble. And you see some gravel starting to cascade down over the cave mouth.
Well, someone just threw a knife at me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna. Do I need to? Am I being ensnared by vines?
I will let you roll 3d6 to extricate yourself if you wish to leave the cave. Is that what we're trying to do?
I do wish to leave the cave.
There you go. Roll me 3d6. I will roll 3d6 for the vines, and we'll see what happens. You do have helps, I think.
I will take my health.
You do have one help. I do not, so it's a straight up roll off.
12.
I also rolled a 12. Tie goes to the runner. You break free. And you dash outside the cave.
Great.
Joshua, you're unconscious. So there you are. Alice.
There I am.
Alice, you are right at the cave mouth, and you are getting pelted in the head with gravel.
Cool. I'd like to get out of that.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't. Do I see that Annalise is breaking free?
She just ran past you.
Great. Soaring, flying. Love it. Yeah, I just want to clear from the gravel. You're so welcome.
You dash out of the way.
Great.
As a tidal wave of gravel, dirt, rocks, limbs just totally covers, almost like a curtain dropping over top of the cave mouth. There are large rocks bound down, and it almost looks like there was never a cave entrance there after only a few moments. Sliding down on top of it is Max, sort of riding the wave down as it covers the end. He's a little. It wasn't part of his plan, but there he is.
These pants were designer.
I don't even
And
know
with
what
that, we are
means.
out of combat, and the cave is sealed.
Why did he take his belt off?
And
No.
Joshua is unconscious.
Oh,
Yep.
oh.
I like to just kind of smack his face a little bit. Hey, Josh.
That's a good idea for someone who's suffered trauma to give them, shake their neck around. That's a great idea.
Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to get him to wake up a little bit. I don't know.
After a few moments, Joshua comes around,
I
and
would
he
like
is
to go
conscious
home
again.
now.
Alice, do you have anything we can use to set this fire? It's like a living tree.
Oh, I feel like I left my walker in there.
You did.
Truck,
And your
gasoline in the back.
And my knife. Sweetheart, it's okay. I may not have my walker anymore. Guess what? I don't need it. I'll get another one. I have like 40 at the house. They're all backups. They have different stuff in it though. No,
You notice that Alice is moving around quite well without the walker.
yeah. So it's okay. All we have to do is we just have to tell local
gas
authorities.
tank in the truck.
There's a gas tank in the truck. Let's go to the truck.
How do we even know if it needs to be set on fire?
I think it's a good idea. And if
It
I would have
can't
had
hurt.
if I would have had my grenade or my aquanet or even a lighter or anything else like that,
I have a lighter. I have a lighter.
So let's go get the gas tank. That sounds like a great idea.
Don't any of you people carry moonshine on you for like antiseptic purposes? Nothing?
It's
I
in the
can't check
walker.
anything. I'm shouting very loudly because I can't hear anything anyone says. I'm very upset. I don't want to be here.
As you're discussing and everything like that, a couple more pebbles just sort of bound down and pile up in front. There is no movement from the other side of that cave. Everything is quiet and still. It sounds like a regular forest.
What do we think the likelihood is that it just stays in there?
Well, in my experience, it can't hurt to blow it up.
All right, you know what? Fuck it, let's do it. Let's blow this damn cave to smithereens. Might as well.
I just think we might as well.
I'm going to pull the book out of my pants and try to see if there's anything good in that.
As you guys are getting organized and binding wounds and figuring out what your next steps are, Annalise pages through the journal, and sure enough, it's this guy. He mentions how he heard about there's this cave with a pictogram, ancient pictograms in it, cave paintings that apparently no one has seen for generations, and he's going to go find it. He describes how he found the location, how it was covered up, and how he opened up. And specifically, he says, this cave has not seen the light of day in centuries. That is the last entrance and entry into the diary.
Oh.
Something
gas
about
tank.
the light of day.
So
Wait,
maybe it is
hold
fine,
on.
just left alone.
Annalise, do you relay this information to us?
Oh.
Yes, very loudly. Yes.
Oh, okay. Maybe we should just let it lie. That's anticlimactic, but okay.
I would like to go home now.
All right, let's. I'd like to try and get Joshua sort of in a situation where we can get him up to the truck.
Joshua is, by the way, down to 4 hit points out of what, 24 originally.
I'm so
Alice
okay.
is also seriously injured. She is probably going to need hospitalization at some point as well.
All right, so I guess who
Into
can? All
town
right,
we
let's
go.
still start. All right, I'm gonna grab Alice first. I'm assuming that I can just kind of boop her up.
I mean, I'm gonna wiggle, but yeah.
She doesn't weigh a whole lot, so yes.
All
Max,
right, I'm gonna be like,
puppies.
I got you, big guy. Come on. Ugh.
So the two of you managed to get Alice and Joshua up. Annalise, with her tied ribbons to figure out how to get out, leads you back out, back to the truck, and back to town. As you're pulling into town, what would you like to do as you arrive?
We gotta get to the dock, that's for certain.
It is late afternoon at this point. It's probably about 5 in the afternoon now.
On a Sunday.
Where does he live? Where does the doctor live?
He lives very close to his practice.
Good.
Emma knows where he lives. She's from the area.
Right, I do. I just go on, knock on the door, and say, "Doc, you in there?"
Dr. Edward Smalls answers the door, and he says, "Hey, I was just fixing to have something to. Oh my God! Go across the street to my practice. Here, take the keys. I'll be right over."
Oh, you're
I
so
grabbed the
sweet. Look at you go.
His face is etched in utter concern about Joshua.
Oh.
Because Joshua is seriously beat up at this point.
Last time, Doc, I swear.
Alice also has blood down her side, but he didn't see that because of the way Emma was holding her immediately.
I'm holding her like a little baby.
He gets you in and immediately starts working on both of you, and gets you both disinfected and stabilized over the next 2 hours. As he's working, he's asking you what happened. What are you going to tell him? You have a little bit of time. You can work out your story in advance because he's busy working.
It was a landslide, Doc. Just stepped on a rock wrong and took a tumble.
And the landslide brought you down.
Oh,
It did.
yeah. It did.
Yeah, I wouldn't go back up there. All that ground up there is it's all really loose, and tell your friends.
Like some people's morals. Yes.
So that is the general story we're going with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Can-
You can see in his eye that he knows that there's more to it, but he also knows that he shouldn't push it. So he doesn't say anything more about it. He does make a phone call in the in-between, and Taylor Barrett, about an hour later, shows up. And he approaches, and when there's a moment of quiet, once you're all bandaged up, if you don't mind, I'd like to check in on y'all.
Be my guest.
You're all right. Doctor, could you maybe go and get us a little something to take the edge off? You know where my house is, about a block and a half down. I left the door open, and Lancelot, my dog, he knows you. You can go on in and get yourself a. There's a bottle of brandy in there. Could you grab that for me, please? Dr. Smalls looks at him for a moment and goes, all right. And he leaves. So now Taylor Barrett is there alone with you. Dr. Smalls is left. It's just the 5 of you and Taylor. He says, would you like to tell me what happened?
I'm going to hand him the book.
He pages through it briefly. I see. Apparently the poor unfortunate soul was messing around with things he probably shouldn't have. Not that he necessarily knew any better. And he hands the book back to you, Annalise. His fingers brush yours as he hands it back. I appreciate you being honest with me, and don't worry, I won't mention anything more to anyone else. Was the poor gentleman, I assume, is never going to be found again?
Oh, no.
No, it's all buried now.
With your permission, I will start to spread the word that that area is very treacherous and unsafe, and to make people stay away from that region. I have a little bit of influence, and I can ask them
That's a
to
good
kindly stay
idea.
away from that particular holler.
I'll tell him to.
Thank you. I was hoping you would. Now I see that you're injured, and I can hear Dr. Smalls coming back. No more of this. I won't tell a soul. Dr. Smalls comes back in with a bottle of brandy, and shots of brandy are passed all around.
Oh, you treat us so well here.
Um, recovery will take several days before you're fit to travel. Are you all going to stay together while you wait for Alice and Joshua to get better, or are Max, Emma, and Annalise taking off right away?
It seems impolite to just dip while they're still recovering, so we'll linger.
All right.
Also, I think I'd stay just to make sure that nothing does in fact come back from the ground.
I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna stick around town for a little while.
Yeah.
Nowhere else
You
to
haven't
be,
been
really.
in town for a while, so it's good to catch up. Annalise, are you sticking around, or are you going to jet?
I'm gonna stay, and I'm gonna ask Taylor for out to dinner.
Oh, very well. Taylor says, I'm free Tuesday. He takes you to a lovely cafe, and you have a lovely little quiet dinner where he asks about your work, about the birds. He seems genuinely interested in your wildlife research. We're going to leave it at that for now as to what happens with Annalise and Taylor. But on Wednesday, you're still in the motel. You come down for for coffee in the morning, and there's a man in a gray nondescript suit graying around the temples. It's Gordon Pym. He's standing at the front desk, chatting with the morning clerk, and he says, "Oh, I'm so glad. I heard about what happened, and I heard that you resolved the situation. I'm glad that you've all made it out. I appreciate it. Is there anything in particular you would?" He's leading you away over to the conference room as he's talking to you. So you're now out of earshot of the desk clerk. Is there anything that you feel you need to tell me about what happened?
Yeah, next time send in the military.
Unfortunately, that's not necessarily our prerogative.
Well, you should discourage any dig sites in this area.
Oh, absolutely, and we shall, to the best of our ability. We understand that there's a Mr. Barrett who is in town. I actually have an appointment to speak with him this afternoon.
Oh, how nice. Oh, yeah.
I'm not there.
Oh, that's right. You're not. Emma's not there.
I'm not. I'm at my cousin's house.
You're at your
Or
cousin's
hell,
house.
I might out be hunting. I don't know. I don't know where I am.
Do you have the? Do you have any information about how they discovered this place?
I have the book.
May I?
Sure.
He takes the book. He looks through it. This is very interesting. May I keep this?
I mean, it belongs to a dead man, so might as well go with you.
My thought was that we keep it out of circulation so that no one tries to retrace his steps.
Probably for the
A
best.
smart idea.
And we will, through the best of our ability, gently nudge the University of Pennsylvania to just assume that he got lost in the woods and died of exposure.
He's definitely exposed.
The other gentlemen were attacked by feral hogs. Unusual, but plausible. And the gentleman with the surveying equipment. I will be having a chat with the sheriff and the deputy. We will attempt to make the record show that they were attacked by a black bear.
Oh,
They're,
Thank
they're
you
good.
so much.
They're good men. Don't. I'm sure they'll help you.
We'll have a discussion. They have seen a lot, and they might be useful for the organization. We'll see.
oh,
And as might Mr. Barrett.
mm.
I know this is very trying for you all. Thank you so much for your help. I've arranged transportation for you home when you are well, if you don't want to drive yourselves. I cannot express my admiration and appreciation of all that you have done here down in this little backwater. It seems that there was some ancient evil that was unleashed inadvertently, and you stopped it. And I think this entire community, if they knew of it, which, if I have my druthers, they never will, would be very appreciative. Thank you. And with that, he turns and he walks out the front door. And that is where we will end our game tonight.
Right.
Thank you, everyone, so much for coming and for joining us here for Gothic Horror Gaming. Sorry, it got delayed due to illness by a week, but now we've wrapped it up. Before I do anything else, I would like to introduce our players and let them tell you a little bit about themselves, what projects they might have going on. Let us start off with Alice Harvey.
Hi, I'm Maddie. I'm the goblin they all warned you about. I am still doing Chase Treasure here in Colorado until the first weekend of August, so you should come there if you want to have a lot of fun. Get very sweaty with us. And by that I mean it's 90 degrees, but that shouldn't turn you off. Anyway, you follow me at Maddie's Comet. And then after that, I'm headed to Montana in October with Chase Treasure too.
I don't know if anybody else, your audio went out a little bit there at the end.
No! Cool, come to Colorado Renaissance Festival, then come to Montana with me for Chase Treasure.
There we go.
Okay.
That was it. That was the stuff.
Yep.
You can also join Chase Treasure on the Patreon if you like. There's the Patreon for Chase Treasure. And speaking of those who are involved in Chase Treasure, we do also have our lovely Annalise Baker.
Hi, I'm Emily. I can be found at Emily_ROUCH on Instagram. Or I'm probably tagged in photos with Maddie, so you can also find me that way.
It's true. I think that the two of you are very often, especially right now.
Yeah, so we are together at the Colorado Renaissance Festival, causing a lot of trouble, and also the dirt is so intense that, plus the sweat, that it's making a magical gravy under our skirts. So, and then
It's
also next
delicious.
Wednesday, if you happen to be in Colorado Springs, I'm performing with the Crimson Pirates. We're doing a music gig at Kukuru Gallery Lounge, which is this awesome Cuban place, next Wednesday from 6 to 8. And then after that, I will be at the Pirate Viking Summer Bash in Edgewood, New Mexico. I think that's August 24th and 25th. And then I'll be at the Connecticut Renaissance Fair. I'll be places. Follow my Instagram.
Yes, there's a lot going on with Emily. So
constant.
follow her on her Instagram, and that way you can keep up with her at Emily Rao. We also have Emma Jean Hart.
Hello. Hi, I am Katie Hauser. I am a performer and actor, and I do stuff, and I am out there. You can find me at hobthetroll at bandcamp.com. Always and every time.
Every single time. Do you have an Insta that you would like people to follow?
Yes. You can either find me at Runaway with Me Katie at Instagram. Or you can also just find me at Fox_Hauser. Yeah.
So is this the correct Insta?
That is, yeah.
Very good. There you are. We also have with us Joshua.
Hello. Yes. I'm Graham Luker. You can find me on Instagram at anxiety.cracker. And you can also find me. Oh, yes. I was. I play King James at the Oregon Renaissance Fair. That's already happened. If you want to see me back, send them an email and tell them so. They would love to hear that. I would love for you to do that. And then also, you can catch me at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair, running from August 17th to October 27th. I'll be there the whole time being a chaotic gremlin.
Woohoo!
Very good. I got an awful lot of gremlins that end up on this channel. So
Well,
it takes a certain type, I suppose.
yeah,
And we
I think
also
you have a
have
type.
Max. Max is here with
Hey,
us.
everybody. Yeah, I'm Alex Stompoli. You can follow me on Instagram at @astompoli, and you can catch me if you're in the New York area at the 20-Sided Tavern. I'm the resident tavern keeper, at least for the rest of the month. I normally understudy, but the person I understudy for is going to be gone at San Diego Comic-Con talking about the show. So after Saturday, the rest of the performances are mine.
Oh.
So yeah, come up and say hi.
Fantastic.
Roll
And
some
that
dice
goes
with me.
until November
We're
11th.
right now. That's when tickets are on sale through. Yeah, we're open ended, so there should be a new block being dropped before too long for the rest of November and December. But we're on sale through November, baby.
Excellent.
Woo!
I hope to actually catch that at some point.
Um,
I'm within 3 hours, so you'd think we just have to find a
There's
babysitter for the baby bat. That's all.
on the on our Instagram, they just like did like a code thing where they drop like if you have a certain number of people in your party, there's like bigger discounts. So like if you have a lot of people,
Oh, all right.
really leading into bringing the whole D&D campaign.
Maybe a Mount Hope contingent will have to all come up together.
let me know when you come. I'll come too. Boop, boop,
All
boop.
right. And hello, everyone. I'm the Gloom Master. My name is Tom Zadoyko. I do a bunch of things. I'm the entertainment director at the Tennessee Renaissance Fair, at the Louisiana Renaissance Fair. I do Buckle and Swash. Next up will be at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair in October. But more immediately, Handler Z and I will be at the Maine Renaissance Fair in Acton, Maine for July 20th, 21st, 27th, and 28th. Chase Treasure is performing there, and I will be their evil sheriff, Sir Winston Payne, for those 2 weekends. I have a Trial and Dunk I'm doing and another show. Plus, I'll just be being evil in the lanes. You can find me there. And you can also find us at Patreon at Quill and Quote, where Handler Z writes the stories. I narrate them. Our Patreons get them in advance of everyone else. We're working on our next book. You actually do have to type in the thing. You can't just search Quill and Quote because it is adult material for over 18. You actually have to type in the /Quill and Quote. So please be sure to do that. That leads us into our sponsors, which is ourselves. We already have a book out called Dare. So please, if you haven't already given it a listen or a watch, please, or read rather, not a watch, it's not a video. Please do so. We'd love to see you all there. We'd also like to thank our friends at 3d2u.org. They have Jesse and Amy making all sorts of wonderful gaming supplements, 3d2u.org. And also Destination D&D with Ren Adventures. Up next is going to be a journey to New Orleans for gaming, and then afterwards going to the Louisiana Renaissance Fair, where you can see many of these same people on this very channel. I'd also like to thank especially Sir David Percival over in the comment section. He had his work cut out for him today, doing all of your helps, which were desperately needed. They kept a lot of
Thanks, Sir David.
players from dying, I suspect, this game. So, Sir David Percival, thank you so much for that. And thank all of you who come on a regular basis. There are so many of you who are regulars that we see all the time. I won't be able to name all of you, but I like Victorian, London Fog is always here, Sally Yeh. Thank you, John Caro, who's come in, Kara, Chapel, so many of you that come back week after week and join us here. You make it a lot of fun for us. We really do appreciate it. And if you haven't already, we have a Patreon for Nat 21 Adventures that you can join at patreon.com/Nat21 Adventures. All sorts of cool stuff. We do a monthly game with the Saints that you can actually play in the game. You can find us on all the socials, the Instagrams, the TikToks, obviously Facebook. So please keep up with us there. And until next time, friends, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a lovely evening. Next week, we are probably going to be dark as we will be in Maine, and I'm not sure what our internet status is. But after that, either myself or Handler Z will have another game lined up, and maybe you'll see some of these same faces again very, very soon. But until then, thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely evening. Good night.
Bye.
Hi, friends.